I am your host, TFrank. Today we're recording this on the day when in the States people are celebrating Labor Day. And I felt compelled to make this first installment today because it just seems so appropriate. That today is the day that we honor and show appreciation for all of the sacrifices of the people and their families who were a part of the labor movement. And, particularly the labor movement during our transition as a human race into the industrial age. I'm thankful, so thankful for the courage and bravery of those folks who fought for the rights of not only themselves, but for all workers. And because these were people just like us who wanted to make a living. They just wanted to be able to support themselves and their families and their children. And in order to do so, they were forced to endure completely inhumane conditions. And the struggle for workers' rights continues to this day. Facts. So, in honoring and appreciating their sacrifice, I wanted to give gratitude to them for their efforts towards taming this global capitalist, industrialist world that we were all born into. Regardless of where we are on earth and whether our country is more socialist or capitalist or communist or fundamentalist, we're all still living under the effects of this capitalist industrialist influence on our social structures. And now, now we're moving into a virtual age. And it's still capitalist. And we can all talk about whether that's good or how it's good or whether it's not good and how it's not good and all of that. But regardless, I still believe that capitalism can be compassionate. And that is what Labor Day is all about. But I digress. This Labor Day, we are experiencing another revolution, the virtual revolution. And it is changing labor as we know it. What is labor in the virtual age? What is labor in an information economy? And how, if there are new forms of labor, how can we all economically benefit as individuals from those new forms of labor? Facts are we are in a remarkable time, and it provides so many amazing opportunities. At the same time, though, it requires a lot of responsibility. The kind of responsibility that I don't want to call them ancestors, it makes it seem so long ago. But, the kind of responsibility that requires us to stand up for our rights the way that those folks did before us. They fought for the rights of themselves and their children. And we have a responsibility to do that today. Just like those who came before us, who we celebrate and honor on Labor Day. So thinking about data as labor, thinking about content creation as labor, thinking about prompts and training AI as labor, requires us to also think about how all of these new forms of labor require compensation. We need to be thinking about how users and thinking about users as the newest generation of workers and the newest generation of capitalists. Because think about how users invest so many resources into the virtual economy. Users are investing time, energy, they're investing financial resources in the form of purchase of digital devices, in the purchase of internet subscription, and buying and paying internet subscription fees and internet access fees to telecommunications companies. Also paying for the electricity for charging these, keeping these devices charged up. And at the same time, even now, paying subscription fees to platforms once they are inside of the virtual environment. So when we think about all of this, we have to understand that the culture of free online is gone. It does not exist. This you get access to our platform in exchange for our offering you advertising to third parties, and we get advertising fees, and you get access to the platform. This culture, this free access model, it's done. That's its time has passed. More and more platforms, like I said, are charging subscription fees. And under subscription based models, what are the corresponding economic benefits that are being offered to users in return? All right. Why aren't users being recognized and treated as the owners of their data, as virtual property owners? Okay. Why aren't users being compensated even a percentage of the value of their online accounts and data? Why aren't users being compensated in exchange for their permission to commercialize their online accounts and data? I'll tell you why. Because users aren't standing together yet. And well, that ends now. Okay, the segregation of users into demographics that separate them and disempower them as a collective is over. Okay, I created VIPO as a space that for the unification and the empowerment of users, for the global, to create a global voice for the economic rights of users. And we'd like your support. Okay, we need your support. And you can support us by sharing our message, by subscribing to Virtualist TV and dropping the word union in the comments section. Doing those things will, first of all, enroll you automatically in the Occupy Online movement, which is our user compensation movement here at VIPO. And it will let us know that you're on board with our mission and that you support us in our purpose, which we need. Okay, we need big numbers, folks. We need real user numbers. Okay, and hit the notification bell so that we can keep you updated with new installments on how we're making progress and what our platform as a user union, user and account holders union, will be. And you can participate in that process. All right. Okay, so stay tuned to VTV. Happy Labor Day. Have a great week.